That's right. KP's Video News, y'all. Got to get that cup of Java, cup of decaf, and yep, get your cup of decaf, cause yep, that's all I need. I don't need no caffeine. Give me the decaf. Yep. All right, folks. The stories are, like I said, the stories keep coming. Right now, at this very moment, President Joe Biden is giving his first news conference of 2022. I'll catch up with that later. But glad he's there instead of that other one. Anyway, we have a woman that approached two police officers last week and asked for help before a suspect pointed his gun at the officers, leading them to shoot and injure him, according to Las Vegas Metro Police. Assistant Sheriff Lazario Chavez held a briefing on January 12th. Police shooting said Manuel Martinez, 34 years old, was in stable condition after he was struck by the officer's gunfire. Chavez said it did not appear that Martinez had fired his gun, contrary to the initial statements from Las Vegas PD that said he had opened fire at the officers. The two officers were filling up at a gas station at Las Vegas Boulevard and Sunset Road when a car pulled next to them. And the female drivers get out and walks over to one of the officers and then mouths in a very low voice, "Help me," he said. As officers tried to get more information, a man in the car, later identifies as Martinez, got out and pointed a gun at the officers, who opened fire. Martinez was struck by the gunfire, ran away toward the railroad tracks behind the gas station. He was found, taken into custody, and transported to UMC in stable condition. The body cam and surveillance video captured some images of the shooting and the pursuit for Martinez. Detectives learned that the woman and Martinez had been in a relationship that ended last year. According to Chavez, on January 12th, Martinez called her and asked her to take him to the hospital, Chavez stated. And once in the car, he changed his mind and made a few statements that he made her feel unsafe. That's when the woman pulled into the gas station and walked up to the officers. He's been booked in absentia on suspicion of 2 counts of attempted murder, kidnapping, and possession of a gun by a prohibited person. Wow, that's crazy. Stuff like that happens, man. It happens. It truly, truly happens. Wow, truly happens, man. What are you gonna do? So you got the two men that were indicted in young Dolph's murder that were arrested. They had their first court appearance an hour ago. 2 Memphis men were indicted in the killing of rapper Young Dolph, were arraigned in Shelby County Criminal Court today, and they face multiple charges, including first-degree murder. Justin Johnson, 23 years old, and Cornelius Smith, 32, declined public defenders and asked for more time to hire their own attorneys before the next court hearing, which is scheduled for January 28th. The first hearing in this case comes 2 months after the Memphis hip-hop star, whose given name is Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., was shot and killed on November 17th while visiting Makita's Homemade Butter Cookies, a bakery in South Memphis that the rapper was known to frequent. He was 36 years old. And the Shelby County District Attorney's office said Johnson and Smith were each indicted on various counts in connection with the murder of the Memphis rapper, including first-degree premeditated murder, attempted first-degree murder, and convicted felon in possession of a firearm, employment of a firearm, and the commission of a dangerous felony, as well as property theft for over $10,000. Dolph's brother, who was uh, who was with the rapper when he was killed, is the victim of the attempted murder count. Johnson was also known in the Memphis hip hop scene as the rapper Straight Drop, was captured in Indiana on January 11th, and the U.S. Marshal Service said that after nearly a week-long manhunt. A third suspect, Shundell Barnett, 26, who was with Johnson when he was arrested, is awaiting extradition from Indiana, according to the DA's office, and he faces multiple charges, including accessory after the fact to the first-degree murder. Smith was arrested on December 9th in South Haven on an auto theft warrant involving a white Mercedes-Benz vehicle that was used in the shooting of young Dolph. The U.S. Marshal Service said the vehicle was taken in a carjacking on November 10th at a gas station and was found on November 20th, 3 days after the shooting, behind the home in Orange Mound, where a tipster said it was abandoned. Smith was extradited from Mississippi, Tennessee last week, according to the DA's office. Johnson and Smith are being held without bond in Shelby County. Dolph's label, Paper Route Entertainment, will release a tribute album to the slain rapper titled "Long Life Dolph" on this Friday coming up. Over the past decade, the rapper rose to prominence in the indie hip hop scene by releasing a series of mixtapes and found the independent record label in 2010. Dolph was born in Chicago but grew up in Memphis and released his first album, The King of Memphis, in 2016. He was injured in a previous shooting in LA in 2017. Wow. He had two children, a son and a daughter. And wow, this is something else, man. And his longtime girlfriend opened up in an exclusive interview on ABC about the pain her family's going through after the tragic loss. So yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Crazy. I'm telling you, a lot of stuff goes on. A lot of stuff goes on in the world today. You know, a lot of stuff goes on, man. I'm dealing, kind of switching reels, man. I got to send a shout out to my family members that have been infected by this COVID thing. Like, wow, I've lost family members, and at this present time, I have family members that are tested positive, man. And this is hard. It's really hard to deal with. Really hard to deal with. So, folks out there, do whatever you got to do, man. Get vaccinated. Keep your masks on. Stay at home. Stay away from all this other crazy stuff out there. Stay at home. Just stay at home. If you don't have to leave, don't leave. If you got to go to work, okay, that's one. But be prepared. Okay, here we go. We have an activist investor group that's calling for an ouster of Activision CEO Bobby Kotick is reportedly sounding the alarm on his massive payout from the Microsoft deal. Wow. An activist investor group called the ouster of him, and before the record all cash $68.7 billion acquisition that was announced Tuesday, SOC had urged Activision's board to kick out Kotick over allegations he allowed widespread sexual harassment to persist in the company he has led since 2008. But he remained in charge and is now set to exit only after Microsoft takes over. And so SOC is concerned that Kotick's massive payout would change his legacy. Now that I think it's highly likely that he will retire once the deal is through. What are the accountability mechanisms for his years of leadership of the company? I think that it needs to be linked to any golden parachute. Based on Activision's latest annual filing, Kotick could receive as much as $293 million in cash and in stock if he departs after a change in control of the company around the middle of 2023, roughly the time the deal is expected to close. Wow. Wes, Weisenegger also stated the Axios, he hopes Activision will overhaul its board of directors, though acknowledged that the Microsoft acquisition makes this more complicated. Activision is the video game publisher behind the Call of Duty franchise, and the purchase agreement marks Microsoft's largest ever acquisition and the largest acquisition of a video game company in history. It came after Activision stock price sold off last year amid sexual harassment claims. The California regulator sued Activision in July over the alleged harassment, and more than 1,800 employees signed a public letter in November petitioning for Kotick's resignation. SOC published its own letter in the same month, urging Activision board members to let Kotick out the door. So they're trying to get rid of him now that they know they got to give him $293 million in cash and in stocks if he leaves after Microsoft takes over the company. Wow. Now I'm got to watch this one to see how this is going to play out. I don't think it's going to end the way they think it's going to end. I really don't. It's not going to end that way. So we have we got an ex-Trump official was asked, you know, how do they get through the big lie, get through to the big lie believers, you know? So they they know they got, these Trump people. They know that they have a lot of people brainwashed, but at the same time, it's a lot of people that they uh that they haven't been able to manipulate. So they're trying to figure out, well, okay, well, what are we going to do? What are we going to do now? What are we going to do? Uh, so it's like, yeah, okay, we got to get through. We got to get through to the people. We have to uh, really try to pump more of this propaganda, put more of this propaganda out here to brainwash the people even further while the irons are still hot is the statement that he used. And man, that's a bad situation, man. That's really bad. You finding out more and more about this country, and when you realize that there are people in this country, and it's supposed to be the most civilized country on the planet, but if they were able to fall for some stupidity like what Trump put out there, and had people so worked up to the point of attacking the U.S. Capitol because he told them to do it. Everybody heard it in real time. Let's go down there. Let's go down there. Stop the steal. Yeah, he incited that. He incited that riot. He incited that madness. He incited that treason. He incited that insurrection. Why he is not locked up in jail at this time, I have no idea, but he should have been arrested a long time ago for what he did. Anyway, moving on to the next story. This is really bad, man. It's they had some Amazon workers, man, that found out that they all been laid off, and they had a Amazon DSP announces relocation. So it's Amazon delivery service announced that it's relocating to another state, to a whole nother state. So this whole thing kind of went out on 100,000 followers they had this per Amazon worker had on TikTok, and this video shows Amazon workers reacting to the news, and it so far has received over 3 million views since being posted like 5 days ago. In the video, a woman is crying and surrounded by other seemingly distraught Amazon workers while they are outside receiving the news. The text overlay and text to speech effect note referencing the woman, her boss laid everybody off because they're moving into a new state. And they've been at Amazon for 2 years, so the owner of the company decided to shut our job down and open up a DSP in another state. He decided to tell us today, with no warning, we have 2 weeks left, which means everybody is out of a job. People out here crying and following Instagram for support. And Amazon DSP is, according to Business Trends, is a program in which your third-party entrepreneurs can partner with Amazon to start and run their own Amazon delivery service by employing drivers. Many commenters are expressing their sympathy for the workers, and those are tears of a mother holding everything down on her own. And hope they all find new jobs. You know, the upside to this is even though they're losing their jobs, uh, there are thousands and thousands of jobs out there. You know, thousands. I mean, I'm retired and I get job offers in email every single day. I get job offers. So they shouldn't be out of a job long. There's plenty jobs out there. There are jobs out there, people out there that are actually paying you, giving fight here. Here's an extra $500 bonus. Come start working with us today. So there are jobs out there, plenty jobs out there. So folks, you know, I feel sorry that they lost their jobs. Like I said, at the same time, there are some multitude of available jobs at this very moment for anybody that wants to work. There are jobs out there, jobs out there. And this story right here is kind of crazy, and it's not really that long, but I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was, and it's like really, I'm gonna tell you this is to let you know how hard it is for some people. They got a 53-year-old man. Say that again, a 53-year-old man in Little Rock, Arkansas, that was arrested for bank robbery, and that's Edward Emerson was charged with aggravated robbery and theft of property. And the police said the robbery happened in the area of West Capitol on Tuesday. Shortly after officers arrived, they found Emerson nearby, and Emerson was taken and held in Pulaski County Jail. So I'm telling you, man, you know, this is a 53-year-old dude, man, 53 years old. So it's like, what is a 53-year-old man doing out robbing, trying to steal and rob banks? And I mean, I mean, it's just, you're 53 years old. You should be trying to, about retirement time, buddy. What time that is. That's exactly what time that is. So it's like, yeah, cats out there, man. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. You know, it's like, I know people need money, but like I said before in the last article, it's jobs out there now. Yeah, they just said they had 450 people that just walked away from jobs in December 2021. 450. That's 450,000, or was it 4.4 million? I don't know. Whatever it was a lot of people walked away from jobs. So it's a lot of jobs out there. There are a lot of jobs out there. So, you know, hey, man, it is what it is, man. You know, you just got to apply yourself, get out there, do what you got to do, and be willing to make a couple of sacrifices here and there. Do what you got to do, man. You know, it's not that it's really not that difficult. It's really not that difficult. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this last thing with this last story, and it's like a broken window led a homeowner to find that a stranger was taking a bath in an upstairs bedroom in his house. And this is in Las Vegas. And according to Las Vegas Metro Police arrest report, and police arrested Tasman James, 33 years old, on the charge of unlawful occupancy of real property. And the incident happened on a home near Rancho and Las Vegas Drives on December 20th. The homeowner noticed the security camera at his home, which is being renovated, went out, police said, and the person then noticed a broken window in his home and soon found James taking a bath. Officer responded, finding James in the bathroom, they said. James reportedly told police she inherited the house, but the actual homeowner provided paperwork showing that he was the rightful owner. And the judge released James without bail with the stipulation she must stay away from the house. She's doing court again back in April. So obviously this was a homeless lady that was like, trying to find a place, man. Just so I guess you saw this house that was empty. That was empty, and she went in and took a bath. Hey, wow. Just when you think you heard it all, it's always something else. Always something else, folks. Yep, it's always something else. So, hey, here we go, folks. It's January 19th.